My name is Jeff Colangelo, and I'm the Artistic Director of Prism Movement Theater. This year, in late August, early September 2026, we are going to be doing a reading/workshop of our next upcoming devised production, Scrap Heart. Scrap Heart is another really exciting project that has a visually rich narrative. It's about a lonely, broken down android who goes around a scrapyard finding his other robot friends. And even though he's physically damaged, he goes to each one of these robots and repairs them. And by repairing them, he brings them back to life, allowing them to tell their life stories through beautiful performance art mixed with innovative technology. This production will be utilizing deaf and disabled performers alongside actors and circus performers. These groups of performers will work together to create a show that is specifically designed for deaf and disabled audiences, while still being universally engaging to all. The key is making sure that the performance is entirely wordless, using only sign language as the main form of communication. Additionally, the show is extremely visually resonant. There will be a combination of high levels of technology utilizing robotics and LEDs and specialized sound and light programming so that the bass can be felt by our deaf audiences. We will be seamlessly combining these technologies with a level of visual performance arts like circus performance, clowning, dance, and so many other styles of puppetry and movement to tell our story in a highly visual and interesting way. Now, earlier I mentioned that this would be a reading/workshop of Scrap Heart. To clarify, Prism Movement Theater does readings and workshops slightly differently than a standard theater company might. When we do this kind of work, what we are doing is, while we may be reading the script out loud for an audience, we're also taking it as a chance to stand things up on its feet and to actually act out parts of the script in front of the audience to get a better understanding of what is working and what isn't. This process is going to be no different. We are going to be utilizing this as a chance to not only try out key narrative moments of the script and make sure they work in front of an audience, but we're also going to be beta testing a lot of the technologies we're planning on using. For example, there's a character with robotic hand that we need to test and see if it can walk on its own. For this workshop, we will be doing 2 weekends of readings and workshops at the Dallas Children's Theater, late August, early September. In this time, we will be inviting as many deaf audiences as we can to come and watch the show, and most importantly, give us feedback on the show. We need their feedback. It is a key research element of this show to be able to understand what is working and what isn't, so we can adjust and properly devise the show for the final production in March 2027. And we need as much support as possible to make this vision a reality. Additionally, Scrap Heart is the first of its kind in providing a high-level production for deaf and accessible audiences, and we're so excited to be able to offer that. By the end of this workshop production, we are hoping to serve somewhere around 400 to 500 deaf audience members. But what's most important is that these shows are going to be free and for kids as well. So these kids are going to be able to see this production, they're going to be able to offer feedback, and they're going to be able to shape the final production and the world premiere as they know it. Scrap Heart is a really exciting and important project for us because it fills a need in the deaf community and the disabled community that is rarely addressed. There is very little accessible theater for deaf audiences in the DFW area, let alone all of Texas at this point. There's very little accessible technology for our deaf and disabled audiences as well. So providing this service is a huge key at this point. A lot of shows, when they offer accessibility, offer only interpreters rather than offering highly visual productions that allow our audiences to not have to turn and look at the interpreters and instead have a way to be able to watch the production straight on. To the best of our knowledge, there is nothing like this show that is being created. Scrap Heart is a unique blend of accessible theater alongside technology and highly visual performance. There is nothing like this. Your support for this production, especially in this development phase and a workshop reading, is going to be crucial to create something that only Dallas will be able to make. And Prism will be absolutely honored to offer to the deaf community.